Happy September, Grace Kids! We are beginning a brand new series today on the life of Elisha, the powerful prophet. This week, we will be learning how Elisha became a powerful follower to the prophet Elijah, and because of his faithfulness, he became a powerful godly leader. You know, there is something in all of us that wants to be in charge. We want to lead. But before someone can be a good leader, they must learn to be a good follower. That's what today's lesson is all about. So before we get started, here are a couple of announcements.
Happy Labor Day weekend, friends. We wanted to let you know that we will be praying for you and your families this week as you begin your new school year. We're praying for God's peace and His help for each and every one of you as you start a new season of learning. Also, we have a fun event planned this month. Grace Kids September Family Night will be a bike rodeo in the church parking lot. The bike rodeo is on Friday, September the 18th from 6 to 7 p.m. We hope you can come out with your whole family, bring your bikes, your scooters, your wagons, so we can just have some fun with our friends. And as always, we have our small group time today at 4 p.m. and we hope you can join us. Well, that wraps up our announcements for today. I think we're going to meet a new character, and her name is Meg Watt, and she has one mega personality. And I think she needs to learn a few things today.
I did it! I did it! I did it! You beautiful little dumpling! I did it!
Did what? And more importantly, who are you and how'd you get in my house?
I am Dr. Megan Ambrosa Watts, aka Dr. Megawatt, electrical engineer and scientist at your service, sir!
Ow! You just shocked me!
I did? It's from one of my experiments. Cool, huh?
I wouldn't call it cool.
Awesome, amazing, incredible, bodacious, just plain spiffy?
More like painful?
Yeah, that too. Enough! As I was saying earlier, I did it!
I'm afraid to ask, but what did you do?
My latest and greatest invention. You fluffy little bunny, behold!
It looks like a dog leash.
A dog leash! Yeah, it's a dog leash. But I improved it. I present to you the fiendish, outlanding, long-lasting, with electrical righteousness, the FOLLOWER for short. Revolutionize how people follow instructions.
It's an invention that helps people follow? How does that do that?
Observe! Gotta put this on your neck here. It doesn't work.
This is just a normal dog leash. There's nothing cool about it.
Oh, really? Then why does I install this button right here? See? Electrical genius. That way, you'll only go where I want you to go. Genius!
You're crazy. That's not how you get people to be faithful followers. You can't force people to do it.
You're saying I should add more electricity?
No! A faithful follower is committed. That means they'll follow you no matter what the circumstances, good or bad.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time for this. Do you know how just ginormous my brain is? Why else do you think my hair is like this? It barely fits under there. A scientist such as myself shouldn't be wasting my time by listening to you.
I think you definitely need to hear this. You sound like a prideful person. A committed follower is humble. They're not full of themselves.
Me? A follower of whom?
You should be a follower of God. Today we're going to learn how faithful followers receive God's blessing and His power.
Power? Did you say power? Like thunderbolts from my fingertips? 1.21 gigawatts? Awesome power? Yup, I'm in. I can't wait to see you again. We're gonna be bestest buds. Farewell, my dumplings. I have to leave myself out now. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl?
Wait, how'd you get yourself in? Okay, well, I guess we'll be saying Meg real soon, whenever that is. And now I'll turn things over to Josh for the power verse.
Hey guys, it's Josh here with today's power verse. You know there is something in all of us that really wants to be in charge. But in today's power verse, Jesus shows us what we must do to be His follower. Okay, are you ready to say it with me? Let's do it. any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. Matthew 16:24. Nice. All right, we have a couple of friends who are also going to share today's power verse. Take it away, guys.
If any of you wants to be a follower, you must give up your own ways, take up your cross, and follow me. Matthew 16:24. If any of you wants to be my follower, you have to give up your own ways, take up your cross, and follow me. Matthew 16:24.
If you want to be my follower, then you must give up your ways, take up your cross, and follow me. Matthew 16:24.
Hi everyone, it's Amanda here with today's Bible story, which you can find in the books of 1st and 2nd Kings. Elisha was out working in his field. He was just a regular guy doing regular work, yet suddenly a man showed up. It was the prophet Elijah. Elijah walked over and placed his cloak around the shoulders of Elisha, and he told Elisha, "Follow me." Immediately, Elisha left his farm and started following Elijah. For many years, Elijah taught Elisha what it meant to be faithful to God. One day, Elijah knew that his time on earth was coming to an end. He and Elisha together passed by some young prophets in the town of Bethel. The young prophets called out to Elisha, "Hey, don't you know that God is going to take your master from you today?" They knew that God was coming to get Elijah, and they were basically telling Elisha, "Hey, come join us. Your master isn't going to be around for much longer." Elisha turned to Elijah and said, "I will not leave you." So Elijah asked Elisha, "What can I do for you before the Lord takes me from you?" Elijah answered, "I want a double portion of the spirit that God placed on you." That meant that Elisha was asking for God to give him 2 times the amount of anointing and power that he had given Elijah. Wow. Elisha was one of the most powerful prophets of all time, and Elisha was asking God to make him twice as powerful. That's a lot. Elijah responded, "You have asked a hard thing, but if you are with me when I am taken away, then God will do it for you." As they began walking a bit further, suddenly a chariot of fire appeared from heaven. It scooped up Elijah and carried him to heaven. On his way up to heaven, Elijah's cloak fell off of him and landed on the ground. Elisha picked up the cloak and walked over to the Jordan River nearby and hit the water with Elijah's cloak. The young prophets from earlier were standing on the other side of the river, watching all of this happen. Suddenly, when the cloak hit the water split down the middle, and Elisha walked across on dry land. Isn't that amazing? Upon seeing this, the entire group of young prophets rushed to meet Elijah. They bowed before him and said, "The spirit of Elijah is now resting on Elisha." The same guys who were telling him to leave Elijah and follow them, now they were following him. Pretty amazing. Today you're going to learn some important lessons from Elisha. You're going to learn all about the importance of being a faithful follower.
Hey Grace Kids, it's Cami here with today's lesson. So, have you ever played the game Follow the Leader? When I was a kid, every time we played Follow the Leader, everyone wanted to be the leader. They wanted to be the one that led everybody else around and the one who made all of the decisions. It was actually amazing that no one ever wanted to be a follower. After all, the leader had all the power. It's that way in life too. Many people want to be the leader. They want to tell others what to do, set the path for others, and have other people follow their lead. It is a lot of fun being the leader, but the truth is, if you want to be a good leader, you have to first learn how to be a good follower. Elisha was a powerful prophet. He was a great leader. he first learned how to be a great follower. Faithful followers are committed. Elisha was fully committed to Elijah. He followed Elijah through all of the ups and downs of ministry. Elijah gave Elisha several opportunities to leave him, but Elisha said, "I will not leave you." Even when the other prophets made fun of Elisha, he chose to stick by his leader, Elijah. If you're going to be a faithful follower of God, then you have to be committed. There will be many opportunities to quit. Tough times will come. People may even make fun of you for following God. But don't quit. Stay committed to following God. If you do, God will reward you. Another characteristic of a faithful follower that Elisha displayed was that faithful followers are humble. Even when he was getting close to the end of Elijah's time on earth, Elisha remained his humble follower. Remember when the group of young prophets was teasing Elijah? They said, "Don't you know that your master is leaving today? Stop following him. Come over here with us and be the man." But Elisha did not leave Elijah. He did not stop following so that he could become the man. He continued to be a faithful, humble follower. After all of that, do you remember what God did for Elisha? When the chariot of fire came to take Elijah to heaven, the cloak that Elijah had worn fell down into the arms of Elisha. At that moment, Elisha went from being a faithful follower to being God's powerful prophet. He took that cloak and parted the river with it. From then on, God did some incredible miracles through him. So what does that tell us about faithful followers? Faithful followers receive God's blessings and power. It's true. When you are faithful as a follower, God can elevate you as a leader. Jesus taught in Matthew 25 that when you are faithful over a little, God will make you ruler over much. When you follow God and follow the leaders He has placed in your life, your parents, your pastors, your small group leaders, and Sunday school teachers, God will give you His blessings and His power. Elisha received a double portion of God's power. He didn't receive this because he was cute and special. He received this because he was a faithful follower. If you follow God and follow your spiritual leaders, God can bless you and use you as well. So now, let's pray. God, thank you so much for this time you've given us, this opportunity to just learn more about you, learn more about being a follower of yours, God, that we can continue to grow closer to you as we follow you in what you say. Lord, help us to remain humble and trusting of you, that we will never try to go away from you thinking that we know the way, because we don't. And Lord, I thank you so much for everything you've done, everything you've promised us, Lord. And I ask you, please continue to help us be faithful over the little you've given us, even if it only feels like a little bit, Father. But you will bless it anyway to your kingdom and your purpose and your will. And it's such an amazing promise, and I thank you for that. Lord, I ask you to please continue to be with us as we go throughout this lesson, throughout this week, that we will continue to take this with us. Lord, I thank you and I ask this in your holy name I pray. Amen.
Hey Grace Kids, welcome to Brain Drain. I have 4 questions about today's lesson. If you know one or all of the answers, post them in the comments below to earn a Brain Drain pack. Are you ready? Here's the first question. What was the name of the prophet we are studying in this series? Remember, post your answers in the comments below. Question 2. According to our lesson today, faithful followers are what? Question 3. According to our lesson today, faithful followers receive God's what? Here's our 4th and final question. Where was today's power verse found? Okay, don't forget to post your answers to earn a Brain Drain pack. I'm going to send it over to Kelly to wrap up.
What a great lesson today on why we need to be a good and faithful follower if we want God to evaluate us to be a leader. It's important to remember that faithful followers are humble and are committed to following God's lead. And as always, if you and your family want to learn more about being faithful followers, you can download the parent resource page from our Grace Kids webpage. It's been great to share today's lesson with you, and we can't wait to see you all for our small group time via Zoom today at 4 p.m. See you then.